I don't remember a time in my life when I wasn't around rodeo. From the time I was literally old enough to have memories, I remember being at a rodeo with my dad. When it came down to it, Dad didn't want us to be in rodeo, but there wasn't no stopping me from staying in rodeo because I loved it too much.
Anthony Lucia wasn't always certain what his career would be, but he knew he loved the sport of rodeo and he loved talking about it. Now here in Las Vegas, Nevada, at his first NFR as an announcer, we're bringing you Beneath the Brim.
My dad was a specialty act for years and years, for 30, 40 years. My dad raised me, my brother, and my sister as a single dad. And that's what we did, is we rodeoed. We traveled all over the country, and one of the greatest honors of my life was being Tommy Lucia's son. I watched my dad work so hard to make a living. Rodeo has always been a part of my life, and my dad even encouraged us to not get in rodeo. There wasn't no stopping me from staying in rodeo because I loved it too much. When I was young, I found a rope in Spanish Fork, Utah when I was 9 years old, and I was just immediately, like, something inside of me was just drawn to it. And I'd never put it down. I roped everything you could possibly rope. And so I started to trick rope with the rope and just taught myself how to trick rope. And then I realized that I could potentially make some money doing this. So then I worked harder at it and got better at it and started doing shows with my dad. I would wear a headset mic and I would announce our little shows that we would do. And that's kind of what started making me feel comfortable on a microphone. And that's kind of how I started announcing, even though in my mind I didn't think I was announcing.
All night long I've been telling you about the great cowboys and the UP rodeo. But right now, it's my turn.
I couldn't imagine my life without rodeo. There's so much gamble in being a competitor and the amount of money that you have to invest before you even get to the rodeo. And I knew I couldn't trick rope forever, and I knew that specialty acts were getting used less and less in rodeo. My dad was obviously a great mentor, but as rodeo got more high profile, they added more money to the events, the competitions would get better. The competition took more of the spotlight. The one thing that I always remember as being young was being infatuated with an announcer.
Adley, just what you're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to watch in this third round.
And I thought Billy Etbauer was cool, but when Bob Tallman walked in, holy cow.
This is not another rodeo, it's the greatest rodeo in the world.
Or Randy Corley or Hadley Barrett or...
So every guy here is giving it everything they got every time they nod their head. We love you for that. Thank you for being a part of it out here.
I just thought those were the coolest guys in the world. I asked my dad, I go, do you think I could be a rodeo announcer? In typical dad fashion, he goes, well, you like to talk, you never stop talking, and none of it makes any sense, so yeah. I think you would be.
What was your first rodeo that you ever announced? When was that?
Oh gosh, Rockdale, Texas. I did so bad, and I know I did bad. The first year that I wanted to announce, I opened up, there was this book that had numbers and names of stock contractors, and I called 35 stock contractors and I said, hey, my name's Anthony Lucia. If you're looking for a young announcer that's got a lot of energy, I'm your guy. 32 of them said no. Some of them laughed at me, but then there was 3 guys that said yes. And I announced 6 amateur rodeos the first year that I went out and did it. I know I was terrible at all of them. Because I remember walking to my truck going, this is not gonna work. And then you hear these guys announce and you're like, they are so freaking good. And then you see other young guys get these opportunities and you're like, why them? Why not me? But then it comes down to God's timing is perfect. And just to keep your head down, keep working, and keep striving to get better. And I will never not strive to get better. When I announced, I didn't know how to prepare. I just thought you know as much as you can know and go up there and announce the rodeo. Had no concept of preparation. That's where you set yourself up to succeed. There's for Bremerton, all my stock stats, and then this is those are my notes. The question would always ask is, why isn't rodeo a mainstream sport? And then as I got older, I started to realize it's because of how we're portraying it to the audience. And that's what really started pushing me into announcing, was because I wanted to tell the stories of the athletes, the animals. I I wanted to entertain the fans. I grew up as an entertainer. I wanted them to feel some sort of excitement or joy. The opportunity that announcing gave me to tell the stories, to entertain our audience through this sport that I love, and to maybe, just maybe, make those people love rodeo as much as I love rodeo, that was, in my mind, what could be the greatest job in the world. There's just something about rodeo that is untamed. And it's an allure that I don't think even the greatest poets could write about and quantify truly what it is that draws people in and has for so many years. But for me, it's just, I couldn't imagine my life without rodeo.
For nearly 100 years, Resistol has crafted more than hats. They've shaped a legacy. From father to son, mother to daughter, these hats carry something deeper, because a true cowboy hat isn't just worn, it's earned.
All the good times that come from more me time. All the wonder of what the night could bring. All the energy to turn your world around. It's all here, where simply walking in feels like a win. Get away to it all at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant.
Ask any almond farmer, and they'll tell you. Greatness takes commitment and heart. It takes knowing no orchard was ever successful without patience and hard work, and surrounding yourself with good people. After all, that's how we got our start. It didn't happen overnight, but with passion for our work and a determination to care for our own, we became the company we always envisioned, built by growers for growers, a place with global reach and a friendly, small-town feel. We do it by tending to the little things, like always showing our hand and lending it in time of need, making sense of the numbers, but never treating people like one. Everyday moments that feel like big gestures. Honesty and integrity. Consistency. Putting everything we have into every almond we deliver. Quietly going above and beyond for the benefit of others. Looking out for each other and for the next generation of growers. This is Minturn, who we are, who we'll always be. Growers and processors of quality California almonds. Ask any of us and we'll tell you. It's the little things that make a big difference.
This is my master book for the NFR that I made. I didn't make this actual leather thing. Lisa gave it to me last year. This, I'm showing you guys stuff that nobody else has seen. But I've literally wrote different lead-ins without utilizing the actual nuts and bolts stats. There's just different stories that I want to tell, and I don't want it to be the same stuff every night. Yeah, Resistol, before I ever made really a name in rodeo, especially announcing, Resistol signed me in 2016. I actually approached them. My dad wore Resistol. Every great cowboy that I knew wore Resistol. I was thinking like, well, one day when I'm good enough, I can be on the Resistol team. When they signed me to an actual contract, and if they were willing to make me an endorsee, that meant they saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And in 2016, yeah, I had trick roped the NFR, but I was in that rebranding process, and I was in the transition process into announcing. They saw something in me that when I would put on a hat, it would almost feel like you're putting on a cape to go be a superhero. In 2021, I think I had a total of 11 performances booked. The next year I worked 50 performances in 2021. The next year I worked 70 performances. 23, 80 performances. 24, 100 performances. This year in 2025, I will have topped at 137 performances. And it's just a testament to what God can do when you go all in and Not only believe in the assignment that he's given you, but also believe in yourself, and then work your absolute tail off to get there. So basically, this is Lisa and I's memory cabinet is what I would say. It's less than about awards, it's more about memory. Every one of these things is something special to us, and there's so many people that have believed in me before I believed in myself. My wife she's been unbelievable. In 2015, I was team roping at Rodeo Austin, and that's where we met. She was there supporting one of her rodeo queen friends, and at the time, I didn't know she was a rodeo queen or a barrel racer. Then the next year, she won Miss Rodeo Texas, and then 6 months after that, she went to the NFR, and she was crowned a world champion rodeo queen, and she won Miss Rodeo America, and she used all of her scholarship money to get her doctorate from Texas Tech, and she's an incredible person, incredible human, and to this day, people still talk about her as a rodeo queen. I don't know how I got so lucky, and I know that she's way too hot for me, but you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm thankful that God smiled on me when He put Lisa in my life, because she's changed my life. I mean, changed it. This is something that someone sent me after my dad died, and it's a broken watch. But it's simply to remind how precious time is with the people that you love. Every moment of your life, the good, the bad, the highs, the lows, be grateful for the time that you have. I had heard rumors that this could be my year. I was in this living room when I got the call. Brad Narducci, who's the music director for this year, he called me and he's like, I got the NFR. And I'm like, so that they're calling people? Yeah. Have you got a call? No, but it's not a big deal. Congratulations, man. And like my heart just sank, because I'm like, they wouldn't start calling the music director. Like that's not where they would start. They would start with the announcers, then call the music director. So I'm like, okay, my heart sinks, but okay, it is what it is. And as I'm talking to him, Alan Reinheimer, general manager of the NFR, beeps in, and I just immediately start shaking, and I was sitting right there. Hello, Mr. Allen, Anthony. We'd like to invite you to be one of the NFRs at this year's National Finals Rodeo. And of course, I'm just fist pumping and like, I'm just overcome with gratefulness and tears welling up my eyes. And he's like, you there? And I'm like, yes, sir, I am. I'm just very grateful for this opportunity. I don't know how you get the NFR. I honestly don't, as an announcer. All I know is how to do my job, and when enough people believe in you, and enough people are pulling for you, and the right people take notice of you, and you get that opportunity, it was such an extreme to this day, and it probably forever will be, an extreme sense of thankfulness to not only the assignment that God told me 5 years ago, when I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to make it, and then to now have the chance to announce the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo it's mind-blowing.
So that first rodeo you announced was Rockdale. Right?
Yeah.
You're walking back to your truck, some old man hands you an envelope, and it's a letter that you wrote today to yourself leaving that rodeo. What would it say?
Oh. What would I write to my younger self?
Leaving that rodeo that day with today's perspective.
Oh, man. I would tell that young man that life is going to get hard. There's going to be far more no's than yeses. Some people that you looked up to are going to not be the heroes that you thought they were. But God's going to reveal new heroes. And there's one that lives inside of you. And just to believe in yourself. There's going to be so many people that say you're not good enough, that you're not going to make it. But just keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in God. And it's all going to work out.